have to be honest with you here, I have never really been a fan of the group. I have heard tomboy through a lot of short/reels/TikToks kind of content but never gone out of my way to check out their discography. But when the trailers came out for this album, I was really intrigued to see what direction they would go in creatively. So I checked out the album at the time of its release out of curiosity as well as with intention to review the album for my channel. Very quickly after listening to the album, I decided against reviewing it for my channel in detail. 1, because the music was not of my liking, and 2, because they aren't on my stan list, so I didn't want to take the extra effort to make a video about a group I don't like as well as an album that I didn't like. But there was something else that bothered me about this release that I was working towards dismantling, and here it is. The whole release contradicts everything they set out to achieve. Let me explain. In the end of the music video for Nude, you see this scene. Banksy's art often criticizes capitalistic consumerist society, so in some ways him intentionally shredding his art just after it was sold is a commentary on that. His entire work is about denouncing the exploitation of art for money, yet that's what i-dle are doing by making Marilyn Monroe the focus of their work. What's worse is that they decided to use the most exploited parts of her to do so. In her own words, she said the woman she presented on screen to the American public was just the facade of a glamorous sex bomb Hollywood decided to see her to the public as, and not the girl who she really was. Norma Jean Baker, the girl who she really was a painfully shy little girl who grew up in a string of foster homes. The part of her nobody talks about. Marilyn Monroe continues to be exploited in pop culture even today. We've seen recent instances of it with the Kim Kardashian and her dress facade, as well as the god-awful fetishization of her daddy issues in Blonde. If the girls were trying to make a more nuanced representation of her through their work, they failed because Marilyn Monroe was more than just nude. Also, just stop with it. She's been dead for over 60 years now. All Marilyn Monroe wanted was to be seen as more than her on-screen depiction of a sex bomb. Let her rest now. Putting Marilyn Monroe and Banksy in the same music video makes absolutely no sense since they just used the things both these artists wanted to move on from. Both of them are more than the pretty face that surrounds them. Banksy's work regularly speaks out about the social inequalities in this world. To use that as a tool for further capitalistic gain is the hypocrisy behind this project. It also lacks substance, the lyrics make no sense, the music video makes no sense, and personally speaking, the song makes no sense. We can talk about cringy English lyrics in K-pop songs another time, but that is one of the defining factors on how this song fails. I think they had a great opportunity to make a real critique on the way art and artists are perceived, but they failed to do that conceptually.